Most of you, when you hear the term grease monkey, you probably think auto mechanic, and you think auto mechanic because they're dirty, because they're working on cars all day, they're operating in oil and grease and just doing whatever mechanics do up under the hood. Y'all know they wear them jumpsuits and they just got dirt and oil all over them. So they call them grease monkeys, right? Yeah, that's exactly what it is, Freddie. That's, no, it's not. And like most things in America, when you start digging and you start going deeper, you start to find out that the origins of the things that you do, like say, hey, the real McCoy is actually rooted in racism, right? And just hate of black and African people. I don't understand this mindset, but it's just prevalent in the country. You can deny it if you want to. It is what it is. And this conversation about we are creating racism by discussing it is absolutely ludicrous. I know it's going to happen in this discussion. It happened on Facebook as well. It's bananas. So anyway, Elijah McCoy in the 1800s creates the automatic lubricant system that greased the axles on the railroads. If you recall, the 1800s, the Industrial Revolution was happening and the railroads were critical, right? But Freddie, where does this term grease monkey come from? Well, the white folks that owned the railroad yards and the trains used to hire, and I use hire in quotes because that's a very loose term, hire young black children to climb up under the axle, up under the carts of trains, and literally take the grease and grease the axles so that the trains would work. So when they came out, they were covered in grease and really dark, right? Because they was black. They called them grease monkeys, right? And they love this term, learned to try to call black and African people monkeys anyway, right? So it's not like a far-fetched thing, but this was the term. This is where the origin of the word came from, grease monkey, right? Hiring young black children to climb up under railroad carts and grease the axles on train carts, right? And they called them grease monkeys. But with the invention of the automatic lubricant system with Elijah McCoy, I never like hearing them say that. Yeah, it is prevalent in the community now. They call each other, oh, it's grease monkeys, like a term of endearment or whatever. I don't know. I'm not a mechanic, so sorry if that's offensive, right? But the origin comes from black children being called grease monkeys. But with the invention of the automatic lubricant system, this was no longer needed. So that profession, that job, was eliminated from the rolls of the United States thanks to the black man named Elijah McCoy, one of the greatest inventors this country has ever seen. Again, he's credited with over 150 patents in the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office. I just wonder how many of his inventions were stolen, right? This is just a common theme, again, in this country. Just is what it is, America. Like, you're just going to have to start facing your ugly history and the ugly truth unless you're trying to repeat it. That's a good question. Why are you trying to silence so many of these factual and real stories and not tell the next generation so that they know that things like this are correct? They aren't right. They aren't fair. Black folks were not indentured servants. There's no choice in slavery, right? And all of this. But unless you're trying to repeat it, right? So us here at Urban Intellectuals, we're not going to allow these stories to be whitewashed. We're not going to silence the details. We're not going to silence the ancestors and the people. As we say, the Underground Railroad is still open because we have to continue to usher the hearts and the minds of the people to mental freedom, right? But yeah, anyway, I didn't want to rant too long this morning. Like I said, I'm just getting ready, about to jump in the shower, ironing out my little outfit for the day. I'm about to go engage Santa Clara University and talk about Black history and the importance of not only Black History Month, but studying Black History 365 and why that is mission critical, not only to Black children, but to all people around the world, because Black history is world history.